के इंस्टाग्राम स्टार की वजह से देश भर की जनता भारी डिस्काउंट्स का फायदा उठा रही है।
It's time to rob.
ज्यादा हो गया तेरा रॉब।
सबके सब डिस्काउंट लेके भाग रहे हैं, धंधा बंद करेगा हमारा।
ये तो एक मजाक था, बट ये कभी सच भी हो सकता है। सो लेट अस बोथ फिक्स योर फाइनेंस। Hello, welcome to another video of Fix Your Finance, guys. Today I've got Reshi Magada. क्या हाल sir? He's a content creator. How's it been, man? It's been a year since you have been creating content.
It's been a good ride, it has been a, up and up and up. And I hope it works out like that. And for that to happen, the creativity has to be in the play and the content has to be in every time renovation.
You're 21 years old
yes,
right now.
Early 21, yeah.
Yeah. And when did you first start making money?
So I used to get like 2,000-3,000 back then. I was doing internships, and all of a sudden, from content creation, I got 30K on my bank. Itna bank, like पहली बार मेरा बैंक इतना पैसा देखा है.
So wait, that was your first pay via content creation?
Yes, after 9 months of content creation, I earned my first paycheck. That was 32,000 rupees. Yeah.
And what was your reaction? मतलब वो 32,000 के साथ किया क्या?
I had the debt which I had to repay. I repaid the debt.
What debt?
The credit card debt which I had when I was in college, because I was this reckless kid and I was to enjoy all the time, and I got this money. I'm like, oh, finally I can repay all my debt.
मतलब I'm sure your parents must have never given you a credit.
They don't even know about my credit card thing. So there was a random dude who came to me, भगवान जैसे आ गया. He was like, आपको credit score नहीं चाहिए, salary नहीं चाहिए, ले लो credit card.
The fact that credit card companies are giving 18-19-year-olds credit cards today is in itself a very big red flag, Exactly. Like, because there is no way they can repay it, and they know that they don't have any personal finance skills. So their only goal here is that they will delay the payment and will make a interest payment out of it. Okay, so it's been 8-9 months since you made your first paycheck, and now you are very stable in the career. So what are the ways that a content creator can make money? Like, how do you make money?
Okay. Number one is by brand collaborations. That's for now is the major source of income. And number two, I also consult few Web3 brands where I talk about how should they go about content strategy and stuff.
The baat nikal liya, so how much do you earn in a month?
So let's just say somewhere around 4 to 5 lakhs. And again, it's not stable, guys. Sometimes it goes on a higher side. Sometimes you don't even get anything. Like, something which they like, घर चला जाता है, लेकिन the additional you won't get it. But yeah, you can make a good amount of money and you can have a lavish lifestyle compared to what I was living before. Yeah.
Income tax वगैरह employer है नहीं, तो IT सामने से तो नहीं आता होगा. You have to file the taxes and
exactly,
everything.
Yes.
Okay, and there must not be any EPF. कुछ नहीं है. Whatever is coming in hand, that's your money, and then you have to pay the taxes. Exactly. Okay, so from 3,000 a month a year back to now you are saying 4 to 5L, okay? And you are a college student. Now you are a responsible individual. So how has your lifestyle changed because of this?
So it has definitely increased. So people say as soon as income increase, don't increase your lifestyle. But I didn't have a lifestyle back then, as simple as that.
So how much do you pay for this house? You are sharing it with two people, right?
Somewhere, let's just say 80 to 85,000 for the house.
Which is split between?
3 people.
3 people. So around 28,000 is your contribution, okay? When you say 85,000, is it just the rent or is it
rent, maid, and other groceries expenses and stuff?
And what about electricity?
So I'm actually really shocked that I was expecting a lot, okay, because AC hai, light whites hai, but our electricity bill was 1,500.
You have scaled up your content creation game also. So do you have people working with you? Do you have employees? Do you have interns?
I do have a few. Somewhere around, let's just say 10,000 for these things.
और बाकी weekend में क्या करते हैं?
Weekend पे toit, bobs.
So weekend में how much do you end up spending?
Let's just say
in a month?
Honest speaking, I tend to pay the bills because I also understand the friends, my own, because I have been with them and I know the pain again. So let's just say हर week 4,000-5,000.
ठीक है, which is decent. Like you get to have a good time with all your friends, and honestly it's not very painful to your pocket also at this moment. Also, you and I go to the same gym. We have never met. Reason being, both
we
of
never
none
go
of
to
us
the
turn
gym.
up. But guys, we have decided, like, I go to badminton almost three or four times a week, and from today he is also coming.
Yes.
So that's also a new expense. Okay. Also, how do you travel, like, for these events, for meetings?
So I have a car.
Okay.
I fill it 2 times full tank.
So full tank mein kitna? How much do you think?
4,000.
4,000. So 8,000.
8,000. Yes.
Okay.
And cab ka lagta hai max to max 2 to 3,000.
Okay, so round about 10,000 rupees
10
for
to
travel,
12,000, yeah.
for all your work-related travel.
Yes.
Okay. And do you like shopping? Do you like buying shoes?
No, I
do you like
don't shop generally. But एक बार shopping कर लेता because I didn't shop from past 2-3 years. Because my size was the same and I looked the same. Everything was just the same clothes with different combinations. And once I went and did this mega shopping that for next 2 years I don't have to shop.
So these are his total expenses. So expenses to ho gaye. Now how do you invest your money?
So now I'm in that stage where now I'm already taking risk in cryptocurrency. So let me just take the safer side of the money market, where I can get fixed returns, or let's just say where risk is very low, because I have to balance out. No?
How big is your crypto allocation in the total portfolio?
So let's just say it's somewhere around 35 to 40%, because you have to stay invested to have the skin in the game.
Yeah, of course. So guys, a lot of you might be thinking कि क्यों इसका इतना ज़्यादा है, 40% might be high, but he spends a lot of time in the space. So he's not a passive investor at this point. He's kind of an active investor, and that's why he is investing 35 to 40%. But if you're someone who does not have much idea about cryptocurrencies, then 30 to 35% or 40% is very high, very high. If you want a detailed video on cryptocurrencies with this guy, comment करो. 50 comment आ गया ना इस चीज में, then I'll definitely do a video with him. And do you invest in mutual funds?
Yes, I have an SIP and I have 4 mutual funds I have selected. I invested to hai, but regular investing happens in 4 mutual funds.
Okay.
So that's keeps happening.
SIP.
Yes.
What about tax saving? Tax saving के लिए क्या करता है?
Oh, I have invested in ELSS, and it's not to the max, but somewhere around 50,000 is in ELSS as of now, and returns are not great from past 2 years. So we all know. Yeah.
The next section is a checklist where I have a few things that I'll ask you. Okay, the first thing is you are spending less than what you want.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, right? So I think that in itself is the biggest green flag. Do you have a health insurance?
Yes, my dad has done that for me.
Okay. Do you have a term insurance?
Yes.
Do you have any loans?
Yes, I have education loan, which is still in my bank, which I can repay anytime. Not a big issue.
It's great, man. It's very impressive because in India, mostly parents take care of their kids' college education. At least in my case, I was privileged that my parents paid for my graduation. So respect, man. Do you track your expenses?
Yes, I have an app. One is Splitwise for all the divide, and other one is some US app which everything's in dollars.
Mint.
Not Mint. It's a US. Everything's in dollars, so I just consider as INR.
Do you have an emergency fund?
Yes, I have a higher side of emergency fund because I'm a dropout. I'm a dropout now, and now everybody's eyes are on me.
So how many months is covered?
Let's just say 1.5 to 2 years.
Wow. Before dropping out, you understood.
Oh, also my criteria for dropping out was when this much amount hits in my bank account, that day I'm going to tell my parents and convince them. Yeah, I didn't even give them a hint. I was waiting for this.
Clueless.
They were clueless. And they were in Bangalore, I was in Bangalore, and I told them I'm dropping out. My mom was a little bit worried, but she told yes first. And she convinced my dad and all those things. And you know what? They told me all the best. They told me all the best. You will do well. And
Fuck, I got goosebumps, man.
that was the moment where I was definitely working on myself. That pushed me. That gave me a push. That all the best, idhar hai.
Have you ever filed taxes?
Yes, first time I filed my ITR, but again the taxes were very less because the previous year I had done very less, and let's just say I earned from past 8-9 months. Okay, and from March से कितना हो गया 2-3 महीने.
तो जितना भी TDS आया था उससे tax refund आ गया होगा.
Yes.
Apart from the emergency fund, do you keep cash in hand?
Yes.
When I say cash, not just in your wallet.
The money in a bank
savings
account.
Yeah.
Yes, guys. Cash is king, and people say it, and I agree. I was too late to agree until I went to that stage where there was no money in your bank account because I had this habit of investing all the money I got. जो पैसा आया, मान लेते 1 लाख आया, 20,000 रख लिया, 80,000 invest. And I went to a different city. I remember going to Mumbai, and I didn't have. I had money, but it was not enough. I needed some little bit more money for all the expenses. Then I had to sell my stocks, and it came after 2 days. And then for 2 days I had to take money from my friend, and that was a hectic process. Like calling my friend, selling, all the apps. No, buying is easier.
Of course.
Selling, they make it much more.
Yeah. Guys, the whole point of an emergency fund or cash in hand is that when you need money, you do not have to sell your stocks or mutual funds, because those funds, those investments are there to compound and create wealth for you in the long term. ठीक है, so this cash in hand is basically like a wall कि अगर कुछ issue भी आ गया, that wall will prevent you. You do not have to break your long-term investment. So always have some cash in hand, and please try to build some emergency fund because you do not want to disrupt the compounding. Okay, this brings us to the next round, guys. This is known as Fatafart Finance. Okay. It's our own version of a rapid fire. ठीक है, एकदम जल्दी आंसर देना है. The first question is, what would you choose? 5 crore today or 5 lakh per month for the next 5 years?
I'll say 5 crore on spot.
What is the last expensive thing that you purchased?
It's a camera. So I just bought it 2 days ago and I spent 85,000.
Okay, that which in your case is an investment.
It's an investment, yeah.
If you had an unlimited budget, what would you spend the most on? Travel, food, shopping or new hobbies?
Okay, I am a very foodie guy.
Okay.
So honestly speaking, घर पे मैं 4 बार 5 बार खाता हूँ.
ठीक है.
And I should not eat sweets, but now staying with a Rajasthani roommate, now I'm addicted to sweets.
Yeah.
So I want to try different sweets, and food is something which I actually don't worry much about when I'm spending because it's for me.
Perfect. One good thing and a bad thing about being a creator.
Okay, the best part is it opens a lot of doors for you as a 20-year-old college student, and some places I would have never thought of entering that place, and now I'm there. So that's the best part. And the bad part is, suddenly when we get that, initial fame, we get this insert attitude. I always make sure that, I don't develop that, but generally it is developed by, if you want or you don't want, it's developed, and it's our responsibility to, suppress it.
One guilty pleasure where you do not regret spending your money on?
Number one is food, different types of food, okay, and different cuisines. And number two is I just bought a shoes, which slowly it's developing this addiction inside me that I want one more shoes. So probably it's the shoes, yeah.
So Fix Your Finance mein na, people ask me a few questions if they have any issues with their personal finance or anything. तेरे पास है कोई questions?
We as a teenager, we always have a tendency not to think for investing in something which is not required for us. Let's say luxury. Temptation कैसे बंद करे बता?
This is something which I am also suffering with. ठीक है? Like I still remember like when PS5 was available, एकदम openly available. ठीक है? Just before that, I had bought a gaming PC for my live streams and everything. So I didn't necessarily need a PlayStation 5, okay? But I was still very tempted कि खरीदना ही है, and that was around I think 60,000.
Yeah, 60. Yeah.
Okay, but what I did is I waited for a week for that temptation. कि is the temptation still as strong? Because I think वो 50-60,000 एक बार के लिए I could still afford. But I knew that at that point it was an impulsive decision because किसी को Instagram story में देख लिया होगा खेलते हुए.
You always have a tendency.
Yeah, so that probably was an impulse. So I just waited for a week and then I didn't end up buying because मैं PC में भी games नहीं खेलता. I wanted to ask you something because you are full time in crypto, almost full time in crypto. How do you analyze new projects?
So just ask this one question to yourself. Is that project required for any of, does it make any work easier? Is it required? Is it a copy of something or a fork of something? If it's a fork or copy of something, then the lifespan, let's say it's not more than 2 years, people will know the origin, which is the original one, and they'll just use the original one instead of the fork one. And every project what they have now, they release their own token just for the sake of releasing. Sometimes the token is not necessary only.
Yeah.
बिना टोकन के काम हो रहा था.
Of course.
But they release their own token. Let's say you have a wallet, crypto wallet, which you all know, which you all use. खुद का टोकन रिलीज कर दिया. What's the use? No use. But टोकन है.
So आज के वीडियो में 3 बहुत key takeaways है. सबसे पहले that his expenses are high, but his income is way higher. So नमक स्वाद अनुसार और खर्चा इनकम अनुसार, ये लाइन हमारे पीछे सुशांत ने बोली है. सेकंड की टेक अवे इज दैट he is a personal finance content creator, but because he is full time into crypto, वो equity में अपना दिमाग नहीं लगाता. He has picked a few mutual funds and he is doing an SIP there. So stock picking is not necessary for everyone. You can outsource this process via mutual funds or index funds. And the last key takeaway is, in the recent times, we have seen a lot of creators dropping out of college. Reshi is also one of them. But before quitting his college, he first made an emergency fund, built an emergency fund of 1.5 to 2 years. He has a stable revenue source from his content creation and consultancy business, and he has a plan. So drop out जैसे बड़े decision लेने से पहले दिमाग में एक plan रखो. Alright Reshi, thanks for doing it man. This was an absolute pleasure. And guys, if you're in Bangalore and if you want me to come to your house and discuss about personal finance, तो अभी के अभी description का link भरो and मैं जल्द से जल्द आपके घर आ जाऊंगा. आज के लिए इतना ही guys. अगर आपको इस वीडियो में कुछ भी अच्छा लगा तो अभी के अभी like बटन दबा दो. And if you are new to this channel, then please do subscribe. This is Anshuman, Reshi, and I'll see you guys in the next one.